Dude, I had the craziest dream. I had to buy a rubber band and they had so many colors that I was so confused. With this much variety of rubber bands, it might be a little confusing for you to choose the one that's right for you. The good news is they have official colors. So we know the red is the lightest, we know the blue is the thickest. Thick! Just like the plates we use in Olympic lifting, they have official colors as well, and you can know which one it is or what weight it is when you look at the color. For instance, the blue one, we know it's 45 pounds. Now, I will proceed to explain in which way will any of these rubber bands help you, or it may help you, and then I will, at the end of the video, I will tell you which one I would choose if it were only one, or which ones I would choose if it were only two. It will always depend on your goal. For instance, if I want to do some stretching or some mobility exercises, it might be a little too thin. I might tie up a knot and do stuff like, this one is actually quite good. But if you want to do stuff like this for your shoulder, it's too light. So this one, being the lightest, is actually the most versatile. We can do almost anything with this one. A lot of joint strength movements, or warm-up, you can do almost anything with this as well. And the pump. The biggest bodybuilders in the world warm up with this. Why wouldn't you? Let me show you my favorite exercises with this one. As for the legs, same thing. Maybe a little too light to work on your legs unless you tie a knot and you can work on it like, X walks and stuff like that. One other thing that I would consider a downside is that to help you with the pull-ups, it's probably not the best. It's really too thin and too light. Unless you do like 10 repetitions, you want to do 11 or 12, it might help, but I would choose another rubber band. But still, I think it's the most versatile. Careful though, don't get whipped. You might go blind. Now, the black one. This will be the upgrade, the small upgrade in thickness and in strength level. You can still get your small muscles to pump. It's a little harder. It might not be the one I would choose for this specifically because I want a lot of repetitions and a little bit more, upbeat tempo. But it comes in kind of handy for the bigger muscles, stuff like the rows. You can really start to develop your lats a little more. It's handy. However, stunt like joint work, like the band parts, it's a little too hard. And even if you adapt and go a little wider on your grip, it's too narrow. You have a little or less amplitude of movement doing that, so it's not favorable. Mobility work, still not the one I would choose, but I have used it in athletes that are this close to getting their first pull-up. So this is a little harder than the other one, and it really does help a little bit when you're lacking just that little piece. So, not as versatile, but if that's your goal, I would give it a go. Purple. Close enough. So for the purple, forget joint work, forget band of parts, for instance, unless you're me, because I can do band of parts with this one. Check it out. Okay, it's a little too hard. You can edit that out, yeah. Also, forget small muscles like biceps and triceps and stuff like that, unless you're me, of course. 1 second. You can edit that out then. What you can do though with the purple one is starting to use your bigger muscles, like your lats. I love this one right here. This is the best rubber band for this exercise specifically. So you lean forward and you pull your elbow onto your waist like this. This will build your lats so well and activate them for the pull-ups, for instance. You'll love it. Also, leg work, a beauty. So you can step on it, you can do X walks like this. This will work your glutes so well, like this. 1 and 2 and 3. Oh, yeah. Like grape stomping. And 1 and 2 and 1. As for the pull-ups, a beauty. I've used them a lot in my students, in my athletes. Whew. So what you do is, it's medium resistance, so if your students only have like 2 to 3 pull-ups, or maybe 4, no more than 5. You can use it and they will go all the way to 8, 9 repetitions, because this helps a lot. If they have like from 5 up, it's probably too hard, so use the black or the red. Stretching and mobility, great stuff, but I prefer the green one. Don't tell anybody. So joints, no go. Small muscles and pump, no go. Larger muscles, yeah. And pull-ups, if for instance you have 3 to 4 pull-ups and you want to go for 6 to 7, that's perfect. So come here, kid. Come here, boy. Come here. You want to get whipped? Jesus, kid. Sorry, bro. Green one. This is the best one for mobility exercises, especially static stretching. So here, you do have enough resistance to almost feel like the band is ripping your arm apart like this. Oh, this feels good. I didn't talk about mobility on the purple one because this one is actually the best. As for the pull-ups, if you or your students are lacking like 30 to 40 or even 50% of the strength necessary to do that chin-up or that pull-up, this is the perfect solution. Another great one will be starting to do the compound movements, which you could have started with the purple one if you're a beginner. But you know, for advanced students, this is very good. Sometimes we don't have barbells when we go on vacation and stuff like that. So what we can do is we can actually do stuff like deadlifts, like so. Careful with your neck there, hip width apart, and then go all the way up and like this, as if you were doing a good morning. So this is actually strong enough for me to work and do like 10 to 12 repetitions, and it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Squats even like this, 1 and 2. You know, you have that force against you. Another one is to pull through. You can attach it horizontally or parallel to the floor, and you can go grabbing it. You can go all the way down, and then this will work your glutes, or you can even attach yourself to the band, waist level, feel the tension, but don't go as forward as possible because you're going to be drawn backwards. But if you go until you feel a little tension, you can bring your butt back, and as soon as you go to your front, as soon as you extend, squeeze your glutes. You will get a big booty. Now, I think it is unnecessary for me to tell you that joint work, small muscles, or even upper body in a way, no go. And then we have the blue one, which is good for, I mean, it's good for, I gotta be honest, it's too thick. That's what she said.
To think about your future at this company. I want you to think about it long and hard.
That's what she said.
Don't you dare.
That is actually correct. It is too thick, it is too strong. So even for the pull-ups, I would only advise using this rubber band if you are, or if you have under your tutelage, a very heavy person which cannot do, which lacks like from 50% up of strength to do the pull-up. Because if you try it with a light person, if you're someone who already used this blue rubber band, let me know in the comments. Maybe you'll give me ideas, but this is too strong. Now, as for my choice, my number one, The red one. The red one is the best. Why? Because it's the most versatile. Joint work, a lot of warm-ups, pumping up, everything. I mean, it's not good for the pull-ups. It's not good for the bigger muscles, but it is very versatile because you can take it anywhere. And I gotta be honest. I much prefer to work on my joints and my overall health in my body than trying to go for maximum weights with rubber bands, because I would always prefer dumbbells or barbells. So this is the best for me. Now, if I had to choose two, which one would be the second? The green one. The green one because I do value mobility a lot, and this would come in handy for the heavy work. I mean a hypertrophy and lower body and the deadlifts, the squats. But beware, if you're a beginner, you're gonna use the purple one for that, and only later when you develop that strength will you be able to use the green one. It might be too hard on a beginner to do the deadlifts and the squats and what have you. So the ideal would be to have the full pack, the whole 5 rubber bands. But if you can't have them, these would be my choice. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you like it. If you don't like it, click like button anyways, and do curse me in the comments because I love cursing. Dude, I had the craziest dream. I had to buy a rubber band and they had so many colors that I was so confused. With this much variety of rubber bands, it might be a little confusing for you to choose the one that's right for you. The good news is they have official colors. So we know the red is the lightest, we know the blue is the thickest. Thick! Just like the plates we use in Olympic lifting. They have official colors as well, and you can know which one it is or what weight it is when you look at the color. For instance, the blue one, we know it's 45 pounds. Now, I will proceed to explain in which way will any of these rubber bands help you, or it may help you, and then I will, at the end of the video, I will tell you which one I would choose if it were only one.